Namaskar friends, welcome to Export Import Supply Chain and Custom. And today in the session we will understand job role of the assistant manager in logistic chain supply. Okay, so the designation is the assistant manager logistic and job location is Delhi Dwarka sector 19. Okay, so there is a job vacancy which today we are discussing the what is the job role actually, and we will understand step by step how this job can be handled by the assistant manager. Okay, so we'll try to understand and get some knowledge from this video and try to we will be prepared for the interview. Okay, so let's start. Proper inventory. Okay, so here the first point is important, which is the proper inventory need to be managed. Okay, proper inventory means that in warehouse we need to export the goods. Okay, so we need to check out the balance inventory. Okay, so inward and outward, the difference between inward and outward is the balance inventory. Okay, so for example, uh, we earn money and we spend the money. Okay, so we check out first that how much balance in our account, and as per the balance amount in our account, we spend the money. Okay, so how much we earning and how much is we are expending. Okay, so we need to check out, and we also manage our expenses depend on our balance account. So in the same way, in the inventory of the warehouse, how much we can outward means that export the goods. Okay, and how much we order from the raw material from the vendors, it is the balance. Before exporting we need to check out how much next inventory available. Okay, so here main thing is how we need to manage proper inventory. Okay, not to be happen that we are going to export something and we have not material for the dispatch. So this thing will be wrong, because that if we place the container in the factory and we have not material, not proper inventory, so what happen, the container will be hold for some time and we have to pay the detention charges to the transporter, and also the timeline of the dispatch to the customer will be delayed. So if we talk about the next point, there is another which is the forecasting. Forecasting is very important in this logistic manager, assistant logistic manager jobs. Okay, so what is the forecasting? Forecasting is the future planning to manage the inventory. Like in a your warehouses, you have to check the recent history of the last 3 months, how much container we have dispatched, and as per the that particular dispatched goods, we can find out the monthly dispatch value or volume. Okay, so at that particular volume we can make the forecasting for the next month or the next further month. Okay, so here the forecasting may be based on the recent and past month dispatch, the daily dispatch. Okay, volume. Okay, so forecasting is not only the inventory management but also the dispatch. Okay, how much your vendor is asking for the goods. Okay, how many recently you received the order from your customer. On the basis of that recent month of order, you can forecast for the next month. Now the third point is shipment planning and execution on the time to ensure quick material to warehouse. Okay, so this is the very important. If you see this, shipment planning and the execution means that on the basis of the order receiving from the customer, we have to plan the shipment. Okay, and execute the same means not only the plan but the we have to dispatch goods of this timeline as per timeline to ensure the quick material delivery to warehouse. Okay, means we need to check out, and as per requirement of the our next future dispatch, we need to manage the inventory in quick material delivery to warehouse, so that our daily dispatch will not impact, okay, with much damage and penalty, okay, without much damage and penalty, means that if you are importing the goods, okay, or we can say you are managing the inventory of your warehouses for the export goods, and in such cases what will happen if you are not manage your properly inventory, then what will happen, you order more and more things. So for what happen, the the things which you have order is not requirement for the customer. So in such case we need to unwanted space charges and also the transportation charges, okay. So the proper inventory need to check out, okay. And that we are talking about the damage and penalty and interest. In such case, if we are importing some goods and supplier send the goods from his country and not share the soft copy for the filing below entry and intimation to the customs, and in such cases we need to pay damage and penalty charges. So here what we need to understand, the shipment planning in the such way we can ensure quickly delivery to the warehouse for the managing our domestic supply. We are talking here that import, and we are importing some goods and managing our inventory and supplying to the domestic market. So in such cases what we need to keep in mind, when we are importing the goods, we need to keep in mind that there is no charges of penalty and interest need to apply on below entry, or no demurrage on the transportations, like in your warehouse there is no space, then the container will stand on your factory and take charges, because you are there is no space in factory. So vehicle will not unloaded, we can say container will not unloaded, because the low space in the factory. So in such cases we have to pay the demurrage charges, okay. Now we will go further, what kind the responsibility in in this job of the assistant manager logistic is here, responsible for the preparation of the forecasting, okay. Here you if you are assigned this job, then you will be the responsible for the preparation of the forecasting, okay. Yes, before we understood that proper inventory is very important, and proper inventory is fully depend on the forecasting, the accurate forecasting. If your forecasting is not accurate, in such cases your warehouses unwanted inventory will available and take space and charges, other expenses need to apply on that, like uh, space taking and other things on services also on the warehouses, okay. So in such cases here we need to responsible for the preparation of the forecasting and the shipment planning in consultation with sales manager based on priority, okay. So sales manager who will inform us the requirement and orders, sales manager, because sales manager visit the customer and place the customer place the order through the sales manager. So here we need to planning of the shipment to dispatch to customer with consultation with the sales manager, okay. Now if we go to the next, then we will understand some more things in this assistant manager job, okay. Ensure to maintain all kind of import documentation with vendor for shipment clearance, okay. So here we need to ensure the all kind of document, what is the document needs for the import, we need to keep in mind, okay. So all, we must have a all knowledge, okay. So ensuring the all kind of documents before arriving the shipment in the port, like you have assigned the importing the goods from Mexico, okay. So you are the responsible to know the all requirement for the import documentation. If you are not aware the such documentation, then shipment bill of material will not file in the right time, okay. So all kind of documentation need to be need to aware and understand what basic document for the custom clearance with the vendor shipment clearance. Okay. Okay, so when we import the goods and we need to follow up with the vendor that these documents need for our custom clearance. Like we are importing from this Asian country, then FTA will help to save the duty. So we need to very clear cut picture inside with the vendor that what kind of documents required for that. And the same thing we need to implement it in the custom clearance. So we can do something and better for the company by saving the custom duty. Okay, now we will discuss about vendor shipment clearance and negotiation with the shipping agent and freight charges. Okay, so in case of importing is cases just like a we need to some pick up material from the Indonesia. Okay, so what we do for this thing, first we have to negotiate clearance and freight charges from the shipping agent. Okay, we will take uh, charges, take rate and quotations from 3 or 4 agent, and we check out the efficiency and the working service and capabilities of the particular agent, shipping agent, and we will also check out the best prices for the shipment and then negotiate the same. Okay, then below entry freight insurance and other expenses also need to keep in mind. Below entry knowledge also need in for this job, and freight insurance also in case of CIF will responsible for the freight supplier only. Okay, but in case of CIF, the fact the responsibility and coverage of insurance only till port of discharge. Okay, and after that there is no responsibility under that particular insurances which done by the shipper. So here what we have to do, we need to take another insurance after the port of discharge for port of discharge to the factory. So freight insurance and other expenses also keep in mind for the this particular job. Okay, so guys, now we are ending the session here. Okay, and next module we will understand the second part of this assistant manager logistic jobs. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching the session. Have a nice day.